do the last Ronin video game. Cause wow, I cannot believe they dropped something for us. So okay. So let me see here. Put this on pause. Let me get this situated. That way we can see it everything. Okay. So I'm just gonna here in the background. So if you haven't known about it yet, this is based off the last Ronin comic. I don't have the comic with me. It's downstairs in my bedroom, but I got I got this NECA figure that's really awesome of it right there. Some people are still being sensitive about who the last turtle is, so I guess I'll keep that kind of quiet right now, even though I don't think it's that big of a spoiler anymore to know who the last surviving turtle is. But either way, this trailer I thought was pretty epic. So it starts off with the four candles symbolizing the four turtles, and then one by one they start dying until we just are left with one little candle, and then we get hit with some concept art at the very end. So this kind of tells you they're not very far into the game, but still, this is what we have to look at. This is kind of like using our imagination of what's gonna end up looking like when everything is said and done. And wow, I love the look of this. The Foot Clan bot soldiers look really cool. I like in the red swords. They look a little different than from the comics. If you look off into the side over here, you can definitely see the cyberpunk New York City feel because this is taking place in the future. So I don't even know what like the age of the turtles are at this point. In my mind, I was thinking they were like 40, 50, maybe even more. But just that's gonna be just like the potential for this game is huge, and also the letdown for it is also huge. Yeah, so you guys in the chat are already spoiling who the turtle is. I don't think it's that big of a deal anymore because I understand when the comic was first coming out, it was a big mystery about who the last turtle was. And then it was like, all right, keep it spoiler free. But I think when it comes to the game, the whole game isn't going to revolve around the mystery about who the last surviving turtle is. That would be so weird. I'm pretty sure they're going to let you know who the last surviving turtle is within the first mission, within the epilogue or whatever. But again, just putting that aside for people who still want to read this, set in the future, New York, all the brothers are dead. One turtle goes back trying to get revenge. Like the potential for what they can do here is so awesome because like one, they could also have us do missions of all the previous turtles and how they died. Like that would be so awesome and so heartbreaking at the same time if throughout the game they just flash you back to when this turtle died, to when this turtle did this, to when this turtle did that. And it just like leaves room for such emotional distress as a turtle fan. So that's really awesome. Then you also have to think about the mechanics about the last Ronin turtle because this turtle is carrying the weapons of all his brothers, from the Siths to the pole to the nunchucks to all that. How is that going to work throughout the game? Are you going to be able to switch throughout and pick the weapon you want? You can use, Raph's weapon, Mikey's weapon, Donnie's or Leo's weapon throughout the game. That's going to be a lot of fun to see how they handle that. There's also other characters in the future that are part of the surprise of the Ronin story. I wonder if they're going to be part of being playable characters or it'll mainly just be you seeing it through the Ronin's eye. I think it has the potential. I've seen some people go like it could be like the Arkham games mixed with Ghost of Tsushima. You combine those two. I know I mispronounced Tsushima, but I did that on purpose. Okay, you combine those two, and this is what this game is. Now, as far as like when we're seeing this release, because I don't know when the release date is. I thought someone said like 2025. It looks like they're a long ways off. I feel like 2025 would be probably a good way to go with it, but man, and the also thing, because again, I don't want to spoil it, but the way the comic ends is kind of dark and a little sad. And there have been some discussions with people is like, well, what if they really mix things up? Well, because there a possibility that they switch out who the last turtle is? Is there a possibility they change the ending so they leave it open for more sequel potential and more stories to come out? And it wasn't even just that, but Nickelodeon, because I think Kevin Eastman, which is one of the co-creators of the Turtles, he did an interview recently because he was hyping up Mutant Mayhem, which is awesome and all that stuff. He talked about like why the last Ronin isn't going to get a movie. And he basically said that Nickelodeon thinks it's a little bit too dark. So here they collectively came up with the idea of a video game because we could go all the way there. They could basically take it all the way into all things Roninverse. They've taken all the different drawings and moments. The stuff we've seen so far is Goosebump City. It's really phenomenal. They took the stuff right out of the pages of the comic book. So that's awesome. Kevin Eastman has seen more material than we have, and he's praising it. But yeah, Nickelodeon, who has always been a great partner and great friends to all things, has been letting us do what we do. They really didn't want to take the last Ronin concept into full on mainstream like a big live action movie, something to compete with Mutant Mayhem. So really, this game is like the only thing we're going to get adaptation wise of the last Ronin, which is understandable. But I mean, we've seen it before. If this game sells out like crazy, gets a lot of like players and sales, oh, Nickelodeon's not going to sit on that money. Nickelodeon's going to find a way to also adapt this. It's just such a dark, sad story to end up as the last turtle. I I can understand why Nickelodeon's like, yeah, we don't want to make that the mainstream thing. Yeah, we want to stick to the brothers getting together. And if you saw Mutant Mayhem, you know they wanted to do some more fun stuff with all the brothers together, not just one surviving. But video game wise, this looks awesome. I think it looks cool. It's confirmed to be a God of War like game, yeah, which is like the best. The story driven games, stuff like that, I think is best suited. And there's gonna be so much destruction. I can already see it. Just like the gameplay, I want to know how the fight mechanics is gonna work in here because we've all played a couple of Ninja Turtle games in our day, whether it's the side scroller arcade game or I played the 2003 Turtle game. Well, the game that was based off the 2003 Turtles. I forget what that one is called, but that one I had a lot of fun with. Let me see if I can find it. TMNT 2003 video game. I think I played it on the GameCube with my siblings. Was it let me see, which one is it? I think it's this one here. This is going to be such terrible quality. But yeah, it was basically this is the game I grew up playing as a Ninja Turtle fan. This was mine. It was a lot of fun. I like the graph. This is like a terrible one. I need to find like a better version of it. Oh, but this game was awesome, and I like the little like every time you hit a villain, it said crash, bang, look. It was so addictive to play. That was my Ninja Turtle game growing up. And now just to see where everything has gone full circle with this and how sad the story is possibly going to get, I am all up for it. I think this looks so awesome. It's going to be available on all the latest gen consoles, no Nintendo Switch. So hopefully they make an alternative Turtle. Well, they already have the Rise of Shredder game, the side scroller one on the Switch. So that's fine. I have that one. So yeah, man. Was it TMNT Rooftop Run? That was your game? Look up 2013 Turtle game. Oh my goodness! Don't tell me I'm gonna look up something bad. 2013 Turtle. Is it a game? Oh yeah. Okay, I think I've seen some of this stuff. Yeah. Is that the one you played? The Out of Shadows one? Or is it this one? Oh my god, there's so many turtle games out there. That looks kind of fun. It looks like another homage to the side scroller. This looks scary. What is this? Is this like oh, this is Out of the Shadows? I never played the Michael Bay ones. I didn't even know they had video games, honestly. I don't know where I was at in my life where I had no idea that there were video games of these dudes. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be so awesome. Let's see what you guys said. Those games were fun as heck. Oh yeah, man, they sure were. Love the TMNT. Yeah, it's so good to be getting TMNT content, man. I can't wait. That last Ronin game is going to be so awesome. Man, I just wish we had gameplay footage. Just this. Still looks so dope, though. Still looks so dope. I'm telling you, it would be such a huge mistake if they don't give us flashback missions. Flashback missions with all the Turtle brothers together, happy and go lucky until something goes wrong. Woo! But man, I'm excited for that. I don't have a PS5, which you better start saving up, Oscar. You have 2 years, I think, before this game comes out.